Long live the EFFSC, long live. Thank you very much, Chairperson of the EFFSC in the province. Dr. Kalangamanda, to be here at the University of Venda. Because the University of Venda is the home of the EFF. So I want to also greet all the members of the SRC, the incoming SRC president. Our message is very clear, but before we get into it, we want to apologize for arriving very late. We had to go to the University of Johannesburg because they are voting tomorrow. And there was an urgent need. Bao Pepela must land at the University of Johannesburg. So we had to address 3 campuses today before we arrived here. And when we got to the flight, it was delayed by 1 hour 30 minutes because of some rainy conditions in Johannesburg. I got a very close Minister of Finance, because we don't want liars in the government of our country. You lie, you fall. So we're busy removing some guy called Ndlozi. Hey, the new Minister of Finance that we have put, I bet the Minister of Finance was removed by the EFF. Don't even twist your tongue on that one. We declare that you are going to be removed, you are going to be removed. We removed Athol Trollip some few weeks ago in Nelson Mandela, and we told you that Ndlozi is going to fall. So this morning they're really busy and then putting Tito Mbuyiseni. Now I want to give Tito Mbuyiseni a very important warning that the most neglected constituency in South Africa is the black youth. The black youth in this country have been forgotten by the government of the day. The black youth, particularly of this generation, is an abandoned youth. You are the abandoned generation. You are the generation that has been forgotten. You are the generation that stands on the streets with degrees and beg for jobs. You are the generation that when it says fees must fall, your government sends police to shoot at you. When you are asking for education, when you are asking to be educated, instead of them giving you education, they arrest you, they persecute you, they harass you, and they put you in prison, just like they did to the generation of Thieti Mashinini, to the generation of Hector Peterson. Why? They are intimidated. They hate the black youth. So we must give a warning to Tito Mbuyiseni that you better take care of the black youth. Number 1, Tito Mbuyiseni, we want the allowances of the South African students through the National Student Financial Aid as soon as possible. That must be program number 1. Bring back the money of the students to the University of Venda. Mbuyiseni must be charged. He must be judged. He must know that he's going to be judged on the basis of taking care of the generation of young black students. We are the future. If they are not taking care of us, they are rejecting a future. If they are not taking care of you, they don't want to live in a tomorrow. You know, you are an abandoned generation, and I want to explain why. You've got to unite as a generation because there's nobody taking care of your future in this country. There are no jobs waiting for you at the gate of the University of Venda when you graduate, because these people are not taking care of your future. A parent, by definition, is a person who takes care of your future. But the parents of South Africa in Parliament, they are not preparing a future for you. They are either sleeping or busy eating it apart. blood through corruption. So you are the generation that has got to take the future into your hands. You are the generation that has got to say, we are going to run the country. We can't postpone that anymore. We can't wait to be married. We can't wait to be 40. We can't wait for 24 years anymore. We have to run the country, and we have to run it from next year. So when you vote on Thursday, you must give them a signal. You must give them a signal. Nothing is more powerful than the education argument that the fees must fall generation made. Fees must fall generation made an argument that education must be free. And this is a very powerful and intelligent and yet simple argument. Education must be free. Because Horehenu le driver Porsche, kapo Maserati, kapo le driver di Kariki, Horehenu useng le jali champagne, kapo le ja haleji le rubala katlana, akoso you better, you better. Horo unale allowance, hauna allowance, horo umushimane, kapo umwanana, how kosu you shaba, ya shaba. Abe kosu ya beta. Onala ba tuba kipa te yellow mo aba pass lu passa mo Venda. Kar kosu ya beta. Hello organizer the meetings at EFF mo University of Venda. Bali disruptor. Bali chela di venue, you know, church house the Bali. Next time is Ndlozi water. Let them know we're gathering there the parking lot to write exams, but they won't disrupt you. Hey, exam is very difficult, comrades. Hi Kheturu man. Yo beta. How many children that you went to in high school? Just think about the people who were in your class in high school, who were doing better than you, who were even smarter than you, loitering in the villages because they have no money to come to the university, because the doors of learning are not open to them because they have no money. Yes. So the fees must fall argument. It's not about how much you have. It's about how smart you are. Comrades, one of the most biggest cultural shocks I went through, I went to a township school where there were no white people. And therefore I had a perception, because I was a victim of my environment, you see. It was one of the biggest, most traumatizing shocks of my life to see a stupid white fool. No, you can't be white. White people are not stupid. You can't be white. Even when we began to teach at the University of the Witwatersrand, our script is a fantonde. No, it can't be you. Maybe the idea is our fast. Damanu create 10%. There's nothing you can do. Why? Cause so high beta. Yeah, beta. Education must be free. Hey, comrades, you know, education, when the fees must fall argument finally succeeds. I want to explain this properly, because a lot of people ask you to vote for them in South Africa, but they don't explain, they don't have ideas, they don't have a message. That's why Batani is celebrity, because abana message. Or okay, chief, I salute South Africa for 24 years. You want another year to do what? That that you haven't done in the last 24 years. Quality education argument. The value in South Africa, what we are beginning to value must be talent, not political connectivity. Now, you and I know why Steve Jobs is rich. Again, Steve Jobs is the inventor of the iPhone. He is smart. He's got a product on the shelf. The iPhone, the iPod, the iPad, and the entire Apple products. He invented something. It is the society where people who are smart are the ones who succeed. Because the doors of learning are not shut for them. They are not closed for them. So if we don't make education free, probably rich people who are stupid. Why only rich man? You can't even say to your daughter, you have money, but I'm not sure how you got this money, because what did you invent? Let me ask you a simple question. We know why Steve Jobs is rich. He's a businessman who's got a product that he invented. Now you tell me, why is Ramaphosa rich? Why is Ramaphosa rich? Now, Ramaphosa is rich because he's got shares in McDonald's. But Ramaphosa did not invent a burger. Ramaphosa did not start McDonald's from scratch. McDonald's is from America. Ramaphosa is rich because he's got shares in Lonmin, which is a mining firm in Marikana. He did not invent some instrument which is mining better than all other instruments before. Bamufile the shares. In 1994, Obanchiko Lutuli House, in the Secretary General of the ANC. Before that, he was at NUM, a trade unionist. Why is he rich? He's rich because he's got shares. Not because he started something from scratch. Not because he's got a product on the shelves, but because he's politically connected. So, who were the business people in 1994? Who were the business people? The business people in 1994 is your mother, who was doing sewing of school jerseys and curtains for the village. Managed with that business to extend her home. Every beginning of the year, through entrepreneurial discipline and an entrepreneurial acumen, she extended her home. She took you to school. What did the ANC give her? It brought a mall in the village. In that mall was Pep Store. Pep Store sold school jerseys from China at a cheaper price than your mother could afford, and therefore killed her business. Yes. What should the ANC have done? It should have said, okay, Pick n Pay, do you want to start a business in Toyando? No problem. Do you want to start a business, you want to bring a Pep Store in Tianda? No problem. You are going to stock the jerseys from the mothers of Tianda first before you go and stock them in China. It should have said to Pick n Pay, you want to have an outlet inside black communities? No problem. But you are going to stock the chicken that you are selling in the freezers there from the chicken farmers of Venda first before you fetch the chicken from America. Today, before you even go to the dining room or the bedroom, all go kitchening fella go here. Teaspoon made in China. Libigin made in China. Fatuk, made in China. I mean, all our underwears here, made in China. Okay, are you telling me that is how simple? Batu, ka fela re di teaspoon, le ka ra di rice mo, le na le di teaspoon. Mara ke mme wa manga sebetsang teaspoon factory. Ke ntate wa manga sebetsang teaspoon factory. Mara we all have teaspoons. The economic proposition of the ANC lacks confidence in black people. If you ask them 10 years ago, why are there no jobs for young people? Their answer was going to be, we don't have skills. Okay, Jalari the chief. Hey, we are not it. We're all educated. I bet we got so educated, we began to even educate others. 10 years later, the people who are begging in the roads in South Africa are students with accolades and degrees begging for jobs. When you ask them today, okay, now that we all have been to school, why are there no still jobs? Because of investors. Investors are not here. So we are going to China to ask investors to come. Do you think people are going to leave China and save you from your poverty? Well, I've got news for you. Biko told them already in 1971 that black people, you are on your own. There is nobody coming from anywhere in the world to save you from your poverty. The sooner you believe in black people, the sooner you believe in the talents of the black child, the sooner you believe in the potentialities of the black people, the better you are going to realize economic freedom in South Africa. So the ANC is unable to solve the problems of South Africa because they don't believe that you can be producers. They don't believe that you can make a distinction in this country. But Nelson Mandela was a president for a good 5 years. The most morally upright leader in the world. Mandela was loved. He was even loved in China. If you can be loved in China, you are really loved. If Chinese people can know who you are, I mean, I don't think Chinese people know who's AKA or who's Caspar Nyovest, but they know Nelson Mandela. That's how famous Nelson Mandela was, loved and respected by all. Did investors come? Do-lo-lo. Thabo Mbeki came. Most educated president in South Africa. Educated. Yeah. Unasatola degree from some super high school called Venda University. He got his master's in economics degree from Sussex in the United Kingdom. Why are our universities super glorified high schools? Because they mimic Western universities. They try to be not themselves, but Western universities. Go the West and get the real thing. He ran the economy of South Africa for 9 years. Did investors come? Do-lo-lo. Did the economy create jobs? Do-lo-lo. Unemployment was rising, poverty was rising. Now you tell me, Ndlozi Mandela, Yahlula Thabo Mbeki, Ubaba kaDuduza, was he going to get us investors? Comrades, when we elect you as the president of South Africa, the budget of South Africa is 1.3 trillion rands today. That's how much we put on your hands. We say, take care of these funds. Pay the teachers, take the students to school, pay for healthcare. 1.3 trillion rands. At least before we were president, o tlamele o khona ho bala tšhelete ena e re o fang yona gore o itlhokomele. O khona gore o eme pela setšhaba bana ba rona ba shebelletse TV o ska re 1 Wait for it. Wait for it. Hey, the ANC never took us serious, I tell you that. Confidence in black people. You've got to believe in black people. Now, I'm not speaking about things that are far away. The people who are manufacturing TVs in Indonesia, in the subcontinent of India, as well as in China, don't have matric. The cell phones that you are holding here, people who work in the factories where those cell phones are being manufactured, don't even have matric. So it's been a lie that we can't create jobs because there are no skills. So Mbeki gathers these investors under one roof. He says, okay, tell us, why is it that we are unable to attract investments? These guys say to him, when I'm sitting in New York and I think about investing in South Africa, I look at the investment portfolio of South Africa, I realize that there is a lot of money sitting in the bank doing nothing. So I ask myself, as a billionaire in New York, how can I go and spend my money in South Africa when the people who have money in South Africa don't spend it in South Africa? Then Thabo Mbeki went to check in the banks. Who are the billionaires? 99% of them is white people. Now, why do white people keep a lot of money in the bank? Why basa ari teaspoon factory? Because if they want to go, they can pick up a teaspoon factory and go to Australia. So that's why they don't create a teaspoon factory. That's why they don't create a cell phone factory. They keep their billions and billions in the banks so that the day the government of the EFF expropriates land without compensation, they can just move money to Dubai, to Australia, take the next flight and leave. That is why we say nationalize the banks. Even Tito Mbuyiseni, at least then, if Nasa Khonunga 50% of the bank stakes, at least take 40%. Why? You need access to those investments, because when as a black child, no matter how brilliant your idea is, when you leave the university, you go to Standard Bank, Absa, FNB, you ask them for money. You are not going to get it simply because of the color of your skin. So, when we have nationalized the banks, we are able, through the democratic government, to decide where the investment comes, and that investment must come to black people. So, you must make no apology when we demand that there must be a nationalization of the banks in South Africa. If we don't support that struggle, we are going to live forever on our knees, begging from the crumbs that fall from white people's table. The other thing that white people go around saying with their Musi Maimani, they say, no, black people don't want the land, particularly the young black youth. They don't want the land, they just want jobs. But what is the problem with wanting both the land and the jobs? What is the problem with wanting both? Because after work, you must go home. You're not going to sleep at the work. You're not going to sleep at the job. So when we say expropriation of land without compensation, we don't care. Land must be expropriated without compensation for equal redistribution. Comrades, white people are around here in South Africa, we are still poor. White people are around in South Africa, unemployment is rising. So if they are there, if they are not there, we don't care. We want our land back. We want our land back. And land must be expropriated expropriated without compensation for equal redistribution. We are not retreating on that one. We are the last generation that is going to be visitors in South Africa. We are the last generation that is going to be foreigners in the country of their birth. It ends with us. Our kids are not going to struggle for the land. We are going to get the land, and we are going to get it in our lifetime. You must never retreat on that one. When we say we want the land, they say we hate white people. Have you heard them? They say, no, EFF hates white people. No, guys, we don't have emotions to waste. To hate is a lot of work. But when you hate someone, hey, uba busy, man. You get so busy. We're too busy to be hating on white people. We've got a lot of things to do. We don't have emotions to waste. We don't hate white people. We just want the land. Land is like rain. It is a God-created natural resource. The way white people are, if they can privatize the rain, hey, it will rain in Sentin only. The land is the same as the rain. No, there's no factory of the land. The land belongs to all of us. But we also want the land because we want to feed ourselves. If we run an agrarian strategy, they say we can put unemployment below 17% in 5 years. At the moment, amongst the black youth, unemployment is close to 60%. Unemployment. So when we implement a proper agrarian strategy, we can save a lot of our people from joblessness. And the third reason we want the land is because of the minerals beneath the soil. We want our gold, we want our platinum, we want our diamonds, so that we are able to make sure that we build proper universities. Universities must have high-speed free internet. And that internet must be everywhere, even in the bathroom. There must be internet, high-speed internet. And libraries must open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We're here to study. So you must be able to study. We are able to get concentration at 2 a.m. in the evening. So when I want to go to the library, I must be able to find the books. If all these securities here in campus strike are anything to go by, library for 24 hours a day, so that black students can get access to books. We want proper universities. A clinic in the university must also be open 24 hours a day, because sickness does not make an appointment. Sickness does not say it out. It doesn't say no 5 it out 12. That's when the pains come. We must be able to find a clinic that is functional. If you treat black people with dignity, if you treat them with respect, they begin to change as well and view themselves in respectable and dignified ways. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that through the minerals beneath the soil. If we get access to our banks, if we get access to the minerals, if we get access to our land, then there'll be economic freedom in our lifetime. Land must be so fashionable. How Tita you propose, hey, baby, I love you. Or no problem. But are you fighting for the land? When he says, oh, what is this now? Why are you going to love me if you are not fighting for the land? Me, I want people who are fighting for the land. If you are not fighting for the land, then you don't love me enough, because you are not thinking about the future. We must tell our friends, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our crushes, let's all tell them on Thursday to vote the EFF Students' Command, because freedom is coming tomorrow. The EFF Students' Command SRC must make these things happen. There must not be pompous leadership. Firstly, they must study and be a leading example. They must pass with distinction. Arnyagil SRC yadi tomko pumul. Mogi skolo mu. Hey, mogi skolo rnyaga batu ba ubala. No, you can't be associated with the EFF leadership and you don't study. Abe ask them the EFF we study shame. Recompita ka or usonali ing masters. Me I have a PhD. That's what we compete with. Are competing at the tender go EFF. Recompita ka or at what level of your education awareness are you at? So we want an SRC that passes with flying colors. But the SRC must also make our universities safe. There is too much rape in the universities. There is too much rape in the universities. A rapist today is not only some stranger on the road who ambushes you. A rapist today is a boyfriend. So the SRC has to work against the mentality of men who impose themselves on girls, on men who look at girls as if they are tools for sexual satisfaction. Women, we want a generation that believes in women. We want a generation that respects women, that even respect their no. Habati chief. Hey, how about Kaufela? We've been there. Aswena wa pili wa uhanwa ibila aswena wa uqedela make ngakufuni akakufuni. Please respect that. If she chooses to go with a guy who drives a Verpa, is none of your business. That is her choice. Because agro created the level sabe dilothetsa marato ma level says izinto mathala. The revolution has to speak to the politics of sex, because we're not going to give land to rapists. We're not going to give land and free education to rapists. We're not going to have a rapist in our universities. If you rape, you're not a fighter. A fighter that rapes is not a fighter. A fighter that beats up a woman is not a fighter, and we must isolate them. You know, we are students here, isn't it? So let me put this analysis to you. The psychology of a rapist. Fair analysis. A rapist is essentially a person with a confidence the size of a peanut. You don't have confidence. You suffer from low self-esteem. That's why your virgin love is conquest. Your version of love is to impose yourself on her. And I want to demonstrate why. One of the things that we say here, particularly first years, you know that. Barno don't be afraid of girls, man. You must go and shell her. Don't be afraid of them. But girls are not threatening anyone. They are not carrying okapis. They are not beating up anyone. So why are we busy telling each other not to be scared of girls? You know why? Ukatwi mutuwasha pamo University of Venda. O better leave bounce at say how nali fees must fall. Barakis canton, he can beat everyone. That guy will be busy with his friends discussing Kaiser Chiefs. And then a beautiful woman passes. Okreal stali laite. Our chief, what's happening? morning. Hey, the first thing you feel, it's those things we call butterflies. They feel like fear. So I don't blame the guys. The way we are grown, the way we are socialized is that we must not respond to fear by embracing it. You must be brave. You must say, oh, no, I'm not scared. Me, I'm going to approach her. Me, I'm going to approach her. Oh boy. Hello. Hey, how are you? Why wouldn't you marry her today? And she gives you attitude. What does a man who lacks self-confidence does? You think you're better. You think you're better. He's not talking to you, sister. He's addressing his fear. That is why we perpetuate a culture that hey comrades, men go around saying women are so emotional. Women too emotional. But me, I've never met people who are more emotional than men. Let me show you how. Guys can fight here over the fact that the other one stepped on his shoe. Hey, Babetana chief. However, Emi said, why are you fighting? This one disrespects me. I'll move this thing. I'll kill this. What happened? He stepped on me. Hey, my daughter. Guys can beat up each other over the fact that, why do you look at me like that? Why? Women look at each other badly all the time. Ne? And then men who fight over looks, and then we say women are emotional. You are the ones that are emotional because you fight over a look. We have to change that kind of a man. And the other thing that is very emotional, that's why you know why they say there at church sex before marriage is a sin. It's very emotional. Sex wants a man, because if you are a man, even when you are inside and she says stop, you don't say I'm inside, you are going to rape. That's how you rape. Why? I'm inside. Why? You are not ready. You are a boy, man. You are not emotionally ready. A proper guy with proper confidence. Harry, stop. Okay, baby. What do you want? Do you want tea? Do you want milk? Do you want water? Because I'm here. I'm here. A foreplay. What are they saying? Take your time, brother. Maybe for the first time, you might actually last for more than 2 minutes. Take your time. Why? Sex is emotional. But all these guys, they go around perpetuating amongst each other that, yeah, I conquered her. Hey, comrades, a girl who says to you, do you want it? Do you want it? Come get it. Come show me what you got. Majority of the guys to a girl that says that, what is this? What is this? What is this now? Why? Because a woman who says that, a woman who owns her pleasure, because a lot of our women are socialized to feel like they shouldn't own their pleasure. That girl who says, come show me, she's got the potential to say, is that it? Are those muscles, this thing that you just demonstrated to me? That's why men insult a woman like that. Sex, asiaba fun. If you're not ready for it, you're going to rape. You're going to use your force against her. Rape is there, and it must come to an end. It has to be understood at that basic level. We have to breed men who are confident. Men who believe that I'm with her because she wants me. Yeah, utlamela or no. She wants me, that's why I'm with her. I did not impose myself on her. Hey comrades, if she doesn't want you, I demonstrated earlier, she doesn't want you, but no problem. A confident guy, when a girl says I don't want you, say no problem sister, no problem. You take your heart, you go put it in the freezer, chief, you will be fine. Because 10 years later, TV badutsi ko couchu. Jwala ke re ngamla yana ha tsibore unonga di chance go sister. So it's 10 years later now. O shebelletse TV. And then you appear on TV. And then your boyfriend. Yati, baby, this guy is my role model. This guy, baby, this guy is my levels, mchana. Levels. When you are confident, you know that your future is written with an ink in which no weapon is formed against it that shall prosper. That your future is fixed. Asaubati, you don't impose yourself. You don't demonize her. It's okay. You fighters must be known as lovers. Women in this campus must be going everywhere in campus saying, go get yourself a fighter. I don't want to talk. Just get yourself a fighter. Those guys can love. The fighter more campusing. You have to be known as people of love, as people of confidence, not people who impose, celebrate, perpetuate the beating, the imposition, the disrespect, the humiliation of women. Let us respect our sisters. This revolution is going to respect the women. It is going to believe in women because it is the revolution of Mama Winnie Mandela. We are a revolution that is going to produce the first black female president of the Republic of South Africa. So we don't want guys who rape. The SRC must make sure through various programs, but in the main, campus has to be safe for women. Campus has to be inside the residences. You have to go apply yourselves on how, besides preaching about it, besides making sure we as men hold each other accountable about the ways in which we treat women. Stop blaming women when they get raped. Or no, it's because of how she was dressed. It's because of a sick rapist guy who doesn't know how to take a no from a woman. We have to stop rape. And it starts in this revolution. It starts on the revolution and in our picket lines. We have to transform that. So let us be a revolution of love. How many of you go to church here? Because I want to make the last example. Don't be shy. I'm not going to judge you because how many of you go to church? Before Jesus died, he asked his disciples, how will they know that you are my followers? How will they know that you are my disciples? Jesus could have said, it is when you walk on water like I did. He could have said, it's when you resurrect the dead. He could have said, it's when you make sure to multiply the bread. He could have said, it's when you perform miracles. But miracles are not a mark of godliness, because even magicians make miracles. Jesus Christ did not say they will know you, that you are my followers, if you perform miracles. He said to them instead, they will know that you are my followers if you love one another. Black people, listen to me. Listen to me in this dead of night. if you don't love one another, if you don't protect each other, if you don't believe in each other, if you don't treat each other with respect, you will remain the most despised race in the world. It's going to begin with loving one another. And therefore, the revolution of economic freedom in our lifetime, it is a revolution of people who believe in black people. It is a revolution who have confidence in black people. It's a revolution of lovers. So, when you vote on Thursday, this is very important. When you get in the ballot box, send a signal. Send a signal of what is going to happen in 2019. Give them a signal of what we are going to do to a government that does not want to take care of black people. Above all, comrades, above all, let us vote for the EFF Students' Command on Thursday. Amandla! Away to Mbuyiseni, Africa, from Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, away from Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, Batilei Azania, Israeleto, Solitata, Gebazoga, Batilei Azania, Awi Azania, Soitata, Gebazoga, away from Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, Batilei Azania, Israeleto, Solitata, Gebazoga, Batilei Azania, Solitata, Gebazoga, away from Cape. Come on, Venda, let's call for the land. Morocco to Madagascar, away from Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, Batilei Azania, Israeleto, Solitata, EFF, Batilei Azania, Awi Azania, Soitata, Gebazoga, Batilei Azania, Awi Azania, Soitata, Gebazoga, away from Cape. I can't hear you. You gotta call for the land, madam. From Cape, away Morocco, Batilei Azania, Israeleto, Solitata, EFF, Batilei Azania, Awi Azania, Amanda! Viva EFF, viva! Viva EFF, viva! Thank you very much.
Manza, away to I EFF Student Command, I roule. Repilele.